One, two, three. Hello, everybody. This is Soleira Green. I'm a future innovator. I'm a quantum creator, and this is my super buddy, Eliza Broom Robinson, who is New Humanity Now. So, want to introduce yourself?
Yes, hi, Soleira. I love playing with you. Yes, I am the voice for New Humanity Now. I'm the founder of the New Humanity Collective that is actually just being launched right now. And New Humanity Collective is the sacred playground for the awakened and the awakening, and where we live in possibilities, where we go beyond what we believe is possible and activate and bring forth and boldly and courageously birth the new.
Yeah, yeah. And you and I are both great believers in people and the future.
And humanity itself.
And
Yes.
humanity itself and nature and the world and all life forms. We're big believers in all that. And I would say that we're both, where we kind of really resonate is we're both quantum creators.
Yes.
Yeah. So we both love the quantum worlds of making stuff happen and bringing in new possibilities and sourcing realities and all of that good stuff. So,
Yes. And in
but
that quantum creators, we're also alchemists and we're visionaries and we're possibilitarians, but we're not possibilitarians because we're bringing it into manifestation. We don't leave it in possibilities, we draw it in
yeah.
from
I
that.
say we create it as living templates in
Yes.
ourselves and then in the world. We give it form and structure and language and living experience, and then it becomes a real something really available. When I say it, I'm talking about new ideas, new possibilities, new ways of thinking and creating and intelligence and all of that kind of stuff. So, do you want to say just a little bit about like what do you think new humanity now looks like?
Well, yeah, I would love to. I was thinking about it because it's feels brand new. And I've been using that language for at least 4 or 5 years, if not decades.
Yeah.
And when I was thinking about what that really is, I think back to when I was following Barbara Marx Hubbard in the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s. And she was seeing a birth of a new humanity. And I see that
Yeah,
it's not in the future, it's right here, right now, and it's
it
coming to
is.
form.
Yeah,
But what it is, it's like the people who are living there and touching there and embodying that place are really coming into oneness and letting go of separation and letting go of the whole illusion of the separate world. So it
yeah,
is a quantum leap in consciousness. It is next dimensional living. And it is also a gathering place for those of
yeah,
us who are already living there and those who yearn to, those even who don't even quite dare to hope that it's possible.
yeah. I would say that you and I are good examples of that new possibility of what it is to be walking around on two legs on planet Earth. You
Yes,
know,
indeed, aren't we?
it because in my case for sure, I'm full of joy these days, despite how the world looks.
Right?
And and that joy is a vibrancy that raises the vibe and the reality of everything around me. And I'm not just talking about immediate vicinity, but almost in the whole world. We have a capacity to expand our energy, to expand our fields of influence, you could say,
Mhm.
and then to elevate the possibility of all of us as greater intelligence, more super conscious, super connected. Those are some of the words I would use. So, how about for you? How does it show up in your life?
Yeah, and we have the capacity, but the other, like the step beyond capacity that I want to just name and claim is is that it happens naturally. It's like we're not
Yeah,
going out to do that.
yeah,
It's just who we've become.
yeah.
And
Yeah, it's not like we have to like practice, practice, practice,
right,
discipline, discipline, discipline.
it's
No,
almost
it's
like
like,
just a choice. Just choose.
yeah,
Boom, it's
yeah.
there.
And then it just kind of naturally, I almost want to say effervescently
Yes,
flows from us as a way of living.
yes,
So synergy happens, opportunities come towards us quite naturally. impossible things suddenly get happened.
I love that one. Impossible things suddenly happen. Yeah,
Yeah,
one of the things that I've really noticed about that is people are starting to witness it back to me. They're
yeah,
like, yeah, I just like to be in your field
yeah,
because, they don't have language. They're calling me, positive. I got accused the other day, and I love it so much, of something about platitudes. I said, oh, I know, you see me as a platitudinal. And I said that, but the thing is, I really truly live there.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not glossing
yeah,
anything over. It's like that is how I see the world. So it was a fascinating conversation
yeah,
because as I've evolved, as we've evolved, some of that it just becomes so natural. I don't even quite notice it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think we have a capacity to influence, and I'm not talking about internet, social influence on the internet. I'm talking about energetic consciousness, the fabric of reality, that we have an ability to influence how the world is showing up. So for me now, and I don't have down days anymore, I might have quiet days where there's like nothing happening. And
Mhm.
I ride those fairly easily, like a surfer. There's no wave today, it's kind of like that. But what happens is if I do have any kind of thoughts or feelings that are less than my vibrant, exhilarated state, I watch the world respond immediately to it.
Mm.
And if I have exuberant states, I watch the world respond immediately to it. One good way is outside our window is a parking lot. And if I'm not paying any attention, they're all walking around on walkers and looking grim and in grays and blacks and you know. And then if I'm in a good state without doing any energy stuff or anything, I'm just in a good state and I'm looking out the window, colors and laughter and joy and people are fit and it's like the world transforms in my gaze in some way.
That is absolutely brilliant. I love that you have that living example right there at your
Yeah,
window, right?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
I
Oh,
think
big
it's
time.
very true. And it is a demonstration of how we be
Yeah,
is what we see.
yeah,
And it does, and
big
especially in
time.
the work that we do together, is we are consciously impacting the world in
Yeah, yeah,
in possibilities, in a
yeah.
higher vibration. And then that is exactly what we see.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we have this ability to source reality. So
Mhm.
it used to be consciousness would be like out there. You'd go out almost in a meditative type state and, have amazing experiences. But now it's all like right here. It's
Mhm.
in us, it's around us, it's in the air we breathe. There's a real thrumming greatness in the air and in us all, I believe.
Mhm.
And we have this ability to expand our reach and to elevate people, reality, nature, life, earth, universe, all of it, which is so exciting. That's the quantum alchemy part that you were referring to earlier, right?
Exactly. And that sourcing part, that it's no longer out here at all. It's
Yeah,
we have become it. So it's the
yeah,
true, not that I would have even used these words up until now, but it's the true embodiment. Like we've integrated, and it feels
yeah,
like the more we embody and the more we integrate, the more the field expands again,
yeah,
and the more possibilities show up,
yeah,
and we keep creating these new realities or
yeah,
discovering or sourcing or whatever, and it's like
yeah.
it keeps expanding in such brilliant ways.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it? So let's talk about you're doing a special project called
Do
Dare
you
Project.
dare? Do you dare to hold the high watch through the US election season? It
Fantastic.
feels really bold and daring to me.
This is you up leveling to the next level of creating, right?
Absolutely. And it is
Yeah.
a pathway into this new humanity collective that I am in the process of forming and
Yeah.
birthing and
Yeah.
structuring and all of that. But the essence of the Do You Dare program is calling people into and creating an easy pathway for people who have no idea where we play and where we live.
Yeah.
And so the structure of it is it's an open group, but we'll have some agreements in how we be together.
Yeah.
So some of the people that are expressing the most interest right now are all tied up in knots over where the U.S. is and
Yeah.
the polarities and there's just a mess. I mean, we can just name it, but it's just sort of a mess. It's
Yeah.
chaotic and it doesn't even look like we have a good choice, so to speak. But the work inside that will be to just name wherever people are for the moment, but then to lift the energy to invite them through
Yeah.
process
Yeah.
into a higher place, into the higher
Yes.
place, which is beyond, can encompass both polarities or any polarities into
Yeah.
the state of oneness, into the field that you and I hang out in all the time,
Yes. Yeah.
and then give
And
them the
it's,
opportunity to speak into it.
yeah.
And then from that place, choose an action for the week.
Yeah. And it's not about um, one party or one person or
No,
your view or this opinion or that or the fear. When you're sourcing a higher, greater outcome, you actually don't, it's better if you don't have an expectation of what that outcome is going to be.
exactly.
You're sourcing for the greatest for all.
Right.
And when you do that and you let go of all the opinions and all the things that you think about it and all the feelings and all of that, and you source what is the greatest, the universe or whatever you want to call that, partners with you to provide quite miraculous outcomes,
Mm-hmm.
actually.
Mm-hmm.
If I can talk just for a minute, because you quoted me about we just had the UK elections here.
Right.
And I wasn't specifically sourcing anything for it, but I'm generally always sourcing, especially for the UK, because I love it here and it's
Mm-hmm.
great. But what happened was a full sweep, and this is irregardless of party for me, because I'm not interested in parties, but they had a full sweep of a brand new, almost brand new parliament. I think 385 of 650 members of parliament are brand new.
Wow.
And of those, 40% are women.
Wow.
And in the new cabinet with the new prime minister, 22 cabinet seats, 11 are women, and the top three positions in cabinet are women.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was like, woo! You're
Right.
like, who knows what they'll do? I'm intending good things and now sourcing for great things and all of that. But I wasn't expecting a particular outcome. I was just sourcing for the greatest. And that's what kind of comes out of it, something that kind of delights you and surprises you in a way that might not be what you think is the this or that possibility.
Exactly. And that's, we've been using the word miraculous outcomes for years now. And sort of my
Yeah,
definition of
yeah,
that is beyond what you can even dream of. Like
yes,
it can be the tiniest little things, but if it's outside what you think, I'm calling it miraculous.
yeah,
And that I love that. And I love how it feels to have that much change and
yeah,
that many women, because that
yeah,
feels miraculous, number one, but also it just the possibilities
yeah,
that arise in there that are new and different
yeah. Now, I
are
love
limitless.
it's almost like we not only have to hold for a greater outcome, whatever that is, and let ourselves be surprised.
Mhm.
But it's really important, I think, that we hold that view, because if someone's holding a view of, it's a mess, it's going to be terrible, because we're such powerful reality creators now, that's going into the matrix of consciousness of human consciousness. And that's just rippling the all in the field for everybody to pick up because we're all so interconnected.
Mhm.
And so I think when you source hold a higher space for amazing possibilities to unfold, things that you can't even imagine, solutions that aren't even in your awareness yet, because I think the universe has lots of good things waiting for us.
I do too. I do too.
So, what would you say to people as to how to get involved in New Humanity Now and the Do You Dare?
So I have an open, it's actually a private group, but it's open and completely free where we're gathering called New Humanity Now.
Yeah,
And it's linked with my name, Eliza Bloom Robinson. So that's the easiest, simplest.
that's on Facebook, right?
That's on Facebook, yes.
Yeah,
And then also inside Facebook, but it won't be held on Facebook, is the Do You Dare program, which is it's open for registration. It doesn't start for a while yet because it's really kicks off in August with some bonus calls. But that's,
yeah,
I mean, we're almost to August, so we're gathering there. So that's another easy way to really begin to discover what it is. And then we have a joint event coming up too,
yes, we do.
Elevate the World on
Yeah,
8/8, on August
yeah,
8th, the Lionsgate. And so that's also a completely free, no
yeah,
obligation. That's for me, it's a 1 hour Zoom call. You have two different Zoom calls that are probably
yep,
an hour. Plus, we're doing a global wave at 8
yeah,
a.m. every time zone. So that's a
yeah,
really great way to dip your toe in. And I know
yeah,
you also have some other new things that are coming up too that are related,
yeah.
not my new humanity, but your work, which were
Oh, I'm
cool.
always doing tons of stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
your new monthly group.
Oh yeah, Maestro Mastery, it's
Right,
called. Yeah, yeah.
right,
We had the first call this week, and there was 4 or 5 new people and some people that I'd known before, and it was like we'd known each other forever, and everybody was beaming and glowing, and we were doing the bigger work together, and it's a joy
right,
to do those kinds of things
right,
together,
right. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I would invite people to dive in with you to New Humanity Now
Yes,
because
please do. And we'll post that in the description and it's easy enough to
yeah.
find, but come find us. We'd love to
Yeah,
play.
and on August the 8th, 888 it is. So
Yes.
we're doing that global wave you mentioned. So even if you don't want to come on Zoom calls at 8 a.m. your time on August 8th, then just at 8 a.m. do your thing for the world, for the
To,
universe, for the US if you want, for whatever, wherever you're from, whatever you're for. And just add to the energy that will swoop around the world because we've done these before at New Year's every year.
yes.
And it's amazing what happens when we do it. It's just pure, like, whoa, you can feel the power rippling as it moves around the world. And it's so fabulous to be a part of. So,
Yes, it
yeah,
is. Absolutely. So
yeah,
yes, thank you for those invitations and they're wide open. So, and thank you for
yeah,
this time. I mean, I always love hanging out with you and
same here.
co-creating and seeing what we're exploring, what we're up to.
So, any last words for you about New Humanity Now?
It's already here. And the more people that open their eyes to seeing the possibility, it's right here. Even if you can't see it or sense it, it's so close. So come and play and you'll start to experience your life and your world in a totally new and different way. And how cool is that?
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Thanks, Eliza. That was wonderful.
Thanks, Soleira.